My name is Jegede and I live here in Canada. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and why I'm going to do that is just because I want you to really understand why I do what I do and why I am obligated to also talk to people, anyone, maybe you that you are listening to me right now, or anybody who is looking for something different, especially when it comes to relocating to a new country. There are things to know, there are things to do. Unfortunately, there are so many information out there that are not really true. There are so many misleading content all over the place about Japa, or what people call it. But what I'll be doing to you for you today is to open your eyes to certain realities, the things you need to take very, very seriously, and the things you need to throw out of the window. To begin with, I moved to Canada in 2017 after several years of trying. To begin with, in my journey with my family, while we were preparing to come here as a permanent resident, just like I said, we made a few mistakes starting, and some of those mistakes wasted our time and resources. And I don't want you to find yourself in that kind of situation. And eventually, what I had to do was to sit down and ask myself certain critical questions, which I'm also going to ask you today. The first question I asked myself is, how much about Canadian relocation do I really know myself? How much time have I given to doing my personal research, so that I don't get pushed around by different content and packages thrown around by different agents? Number two, I asked myself, am I really ready for what I want to go into? Because you need to really be very, very sure that you are not just being tossed up and down by different doctrines, so to say, just because everybody is moving out of Nigeria, or just because people are japa to everywhere. It doesn't mean it's something that might be feasible for you at this time. So you need to be very, very honest with yourself. I came to a conclusion at a point in my life, and I asked myself, is it really time for me to do this? Am I really positioned financially for this? And that brings me to the third point. Any form of relocation to anywhere in the world requires money. So you need to be very, very brutally honest. Let me use that adjective if I'm permitted to do that. You need to be very, very honest with yourself. Do you have what it takes to do what you want to do? Just like you should know, or everybody around knows, that nobody wants to start a project. The good book says you don't want to build a house without sitting down first and counting the cost. So if you know that your answers to many of these three critical questions are no, you don't have the information, you don't have the resources, then maybe you should start from the part of the information, because having that information may actually help you to prepare so that what you need, when those resources come, you will not be stranded. You will not have to start again from looking for the information. And that's where I come in. And over the years, I have been communicating my experience, feedback from friends, colleagues, people who I've met here in Canada. I have been communicating some of those things to you guys. That has also propelled me to even go ahead and get an education when it comes to Canadian relocation. And on this page that you are right now, you're going to see a lot of things, but I decided to do this video just to give you a little bit of a summary, especially if you're the busy type and you don't have time to go through everything on this page. Let me tell you what you're going to find out on this page. What I have put together is consistent with what I have been doing, and I have ensured that it is also consistent with what the Canadian immigration law is always saying. There are fundamentals to this process. The fact that you give it to an agent or a third party does not guarantee that you're going to be successful. So it is better for you to learn the rudiments of the process, even if you're going to get a third party, precisely a regulated Canadian immigration lawyer or consultants to help you do it. And these are very fundamental things that I believe you need to understand. But the information is key. You need to know what anybody is going to be doing for you if you are not going to be doing it for yourself. There are different ways to come to Canada, and I'm not here to talk about those ways, but all of them answers to those basic and fundamental principles of Canada immigration. Nobody comes to Canada without a reason. It's either you are coming here as an economic immigrant, either you are coming as a permanent resident or you are coming as a temporary resident. There must be a reason why you are coming. And for you to be able to put in the right application and submit the right documents, you need to understand why you are doing what. And this is why I have come up with the blueprint, which I think is very, very important for anybody, especially if you are from Africa. You really want to come to Canada. There are so many informations, there are so many things you don't know, there are so many things you need to know, there are so many things you think you know that have changed. And unfortunately, or if you say unfortunately, depending on how you say it, COVID came, and COVID also changed a lot of things about the process. And this is why it is very, very expedient for you to get access to a credible source of information that you can go over in very simple and easy to comprehend format, so that you can understand the fundamentals, the things you need, so that you don't get pushed from one part to from one place to the other by an advert of a package. I see different things online these days, and sometimes I laugh. Sometimes some of these things make you laugh as if you want to die. And the reality is, it is not like it's painted. And one of the honest truths I have to tell you here is that Canada is not looking for everybody. People paint it as if Canada is so desperate for anybody to come. That is not true. Canada is a very, very meticulous country, and this is a country that wants the right people to come here. There are some people who cannot come here, no matter how much you try. If you are being found to be inadmissible to Canada for one reason or the other, then don't waste your time. And this is why you need information, because for somebody who is not even admissible to come to Canada, and an agent is telling you to come and do a package without even finding out whether you are admissible or not, then you know you are just pushing your money down the drain. You are flushing it down. So it is important for you, my listener today, to go through to gain access to a source of information and a source of mentorship. Now, where does mentorship come into the process? Mentorship is key in my experience, because at one point or the other, when people are trying to get themselves into Canada, they have certain questions. Some things may not be clear to them at every point, and they need access to a quick source of information. Somebody they can just send an email to, somebody they can just drop a note for, just for some basic things. Okay, I want you, for instance, for somebody who wants to come to Canada as permanent resident, you need to write the IELTS exam. And some people don't know. Some people are going ahead to write the academic version of the IELTS without knowing that they have to write the general version of the IELTS. Now, you might think that is something simple, everybody should know. You may know. Somebody doesn't know. I've seen a lot of things here. And this is very important. So mentoring comes in so many ways. Someone whose visa has been refused and is kind of discouraged, doesn't know what to do, feels it's over. And I keep telling people the fact that your visa is denied, especially if you are denied, if the denial of the refusal of your visa is not due to any of the inadmissibility clauses, then it's not over. There are things to do. There are things you can leverage on. And so some people need a level of encouragement. Some people need a source of information continuously. Some people need a level of support. And that doesn't mean that I'm here, just like maybe I've not told you, I'm not an immigration lawyer, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm one. But we have partners in the field who are regulated immigration lawyers that we can also link you up to them if you need their service at one point or the other. The blueprint that I have put together is a masterpiece of a material that is going to educate you, inform you, and hold you by the hand to show you exactly how the process works. It is also going to mentor you by giving you a push, especially when you feel like quitting. The essence of the whole material is to position you appropriately for what is possible. I'm not going to give you a guarantee that either the following day or the following year. No, I'm not going to say that here. But if you follow everything that is written in the blueprint, and the reference website. We have referenced a lot of government websites in the blueprint that you can also go to double check and to do everything you are supposed to do. The blueprint is not going to give you a form to fill. No. Yes, you're going to do that on all the relevant government websites that are referenced in the blueprint. And it also comes with videos. Videos are very powerful because not everybody, our level of comprehension differs. Some people comprehend much better when they watch a video, while some comprehend much better when they read a text. So the blueprint comes with over 20 videos that's going to walk you through the process, take you by the hand and show you how things are done on different websites. And that is very, very powerful. And beyond the video, beyond the blueprint itself, there are also ongoing trainings that we do. There's a Telegram group that you can join, and there are regular updates that we also had as they become available. And this is very key, especially for somebody like you that I believe is looking for a legitimate source of information, a credible source of information from trusted systems and individuals who can show you exactly how the process works. And we have had tons of testimonials from those who have gone through the blueprint in the past. And as you go down through this page, if you have the time, you see testimonials of those people who have gone through the blueprint, what they are saying, what they have benefited, and the hope they have in what the blueprint has shown them. So I'm inviting you today, don't waste any time further. All you need to do, if you don't want to waste any time further, is just to see the link below. When you click on that link below, then you can go to the ordering page. You can see the summary of the things you stand to benefit by buying into the blueprint. And honestly, I cannot wait to get your own testimony. Once again, I welcome you on board. Take care of yourself.